couple of things we need to get started on as far as soaking in various solvents would be the petals. They are very corroded, rusty, etc. I'm going to soak those in some Evapo Rust. The chain, unfortunately, someone greased the chain instead of just using oil on it, so that needs to soak in degreasing solvent. And then we can get going on, again, what I call the gooseneck, and then the seat post, and the seat post clamp. That's what's happening on this episode of Featherstone Bicycles. First thing I wanted to mention is I did go to the bike shop yesterday and I was able to pick up new brake pads. These are actually brand new. And I got a set for the other caliper as well. So we're all set there. And I mentioned in the walk around on the first episode that two of the reflectors in the pedals, this one on this side, the plastic is cracked off the side there, and this one, the plastic is there, or some of it, and the reflector's completely gone. I was able to look through my stash of old parts, and I did find the correct reflectors there, so we're all good there. So the first thing we need to do, we might as well just put the chain in the solvent. I don't know if this is going to come through on the camera, but it is just loaded with grease, and that is a big no-no for bicycle chains. Someone didn't know that. That might explain why there's grease all over everything. And again, for degreaser, I use Zep Fast 505. Pick this up at any big box store like Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's. And we'll fill that up past the top and let that soak for at least a day, if not longer. All right, that process is started. And then the next thing we need to do before we put the pedals in the Evapo Rust is get these reflectors off, and in order to do that I need to heat them up a little, just for fear that since it is a 50-year-old bike, 51 years now as of this recording, I just worry that these little parts here, these angled parts, will crack. So I heat them up a little bit. Makes the rubber nice and pliable. And pops out. That one's pretty much toast. going to attempt to straighten this out. And I've seen this trick before on YouTube videos, so yep, there it goes. So that works. It's not perfect, but the more I pull on it, the more I'm pulling these two support brackets away from the main cylinder here. So I don't think that matters, but just from an aesthetic perspective, I think it looks good enough. So what we'll do now is put the pedals in this plastic jug and get our Evapo Rust poured in there, and usually takes at least a day for this to work. So by the next episode we will have some nicer looking pedals. And since I've got them out, I might as well clean up the reflectors. And you just use a little simple green all-purpose on that. And a toothbrush. So we'll get started taking all of this apart and then hit it up on the wire wheel. With a little friendly persuasion on the vise, I was able to get this apart. Now I'm going to hit it all up on the wire wheel. I decided to take a little break from the wire wheel. I can get kind of monotonous after a while, but you can see that the clamp for the seat post part that I had so much trouble getting off, which now comes on and off pretty easily, on the wire wheel, boy, it really shines that up. Almost looks brand new. I also took a break because I had been doing what I call the gooseneck on the wire wheel, and I noticed that on the inside where the handlebars go through, it's very rusty, and since I've got the evapor rust out and the pedals are soaking in there, I think I'll just stick that in this way and hopefully get it in a position that will allow me to let that soak in there a while. All right, put some of this back together so we're not scrambling to figure out what goes where on the final episode. see now. Got something. The other way. Right. Got that in backwards too. It goes like that. 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 The last thing I'm going to do is hit the seat up with some simple green. The seat's in good shape for 51 years old. Bike in general is in good shape. Certainly a lot better than some that I've seen that are only 20 or 30 years old. I hit the back of the tool bag slots on the wire wheel, as you saw, but you know, it's impossible to get inside there. Certainly don't want to have the wire wheel hitting the vinyl on there, but I will take a little steel wool to these parts. That'll be good enough for our purposes. All right. That's going to do it for this episode. Next time we'll get started, I think, on one of the wheels, and then we'll check on the progress of degreasing the chain and check on see how the evapo-rust is done on the pedals. Thanks for sticking with me. Remember, you yourself can make a big difference in your community, so check out the podcast link in the description for an army of normal folks, and I hope to see you next time on Featherstone Bicycles.